GM, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Marketflow, powered by Thor, hosted by me, Mode. We've got a lot of action going on. We've got the government coming out, announcing some news. How's everyone going to react to POW? Or was the market already set in its ways? And did we have indications of where we were going to be at this time before we even got the news? Let's jump in the charts. Let's take a look. Bitcoin. You see, we had called for this DCA zone here at 62 that had been a very strong support for quite a while. We got one tap down into this 56, and we still knew that this 56 was a good zone to DCA if we hit it. We had this giant fair value price gap here that we knew top of it 56, bottom of it 52. They were still in play for our DCA zones. So where are we at now? What are we looking at? We've got two scenarios, right? Well, we've always got just the scenario of moving to the right. But let's talk about the bullish, bearish. When do we really start to make a move? What do we got? At this time, we do have a higher low, and we almost filled the bottom of the zone. We do have a higher low, but we are looking to meet resistance. We need to test resistance at the RSI, the short-term EMA. We have the downtrend here also. So what I expect, I do expect resistance here. I'm not surprised we're printing a pretty decent sized red candle at the moment. I expect, even in our bullish scenario, you can see we are expecting some resistance right here. What I would really like to see, if we can hold that 56,800, if we can hold somewhere around there, 56,600, if we can make a bottom there, then find support on the RSI, find support on the EMAs. Maybe we can begin to leg up. We do have a new Thor call here at the 62. Remember, what was support often becomes resistance. So we knew we had this support zone in this DCA. Now it could become a resistance. Does that mean top of the market resistance or just a retest resistance? We're not really sure. That's why we have an entry point and we have our exit point. Then we add things up with our own TA. Do we have the break? Do we have the retest? Do we have the higher low? Are we bullish on the RSI? Are we printing above the EMAs? And are we holding our new uptrend? Those are signs that this could be a retest and not just a resistance with more further down movement. If we do turn bullish, I expect this retest to occur, support the break, retest on the downtrend, and I think from there we're going to get some bullish activity pushing up toward the last local high at the 72. Now, if we break this 72, that eliminates these long calls that we have for Bitcoin at 43, 32, and even all the way down here at 17. Those calls are invalidated and eliminated by Thor if we can just break this temporary high. We do that, I think we're going for new all-time highs. I really do see once Bitcoin gets up in here in this 82, 83 range, I think that's when we're going to see a shift in Bitcoin dominance. And I think that's when the altcoins are really going to start to run. Now, regressing just a second. If we don't see this, if we just find resistance here, if we can't keep this support and we look to come down, I still see 52 as an area of support. If we lose that, man, we don't have another Thor call until all the way down near 42. You know, that's pretty significant if we can't hold these levels. I'm not surprised that we have revisited this zone. Then again, I won't be majorly surprised if we revisit this, because as you see, when we broke these highs here at 44, we never really came down and retested. So if we get some wicks down below this, that could be really good entries, really good entries. But right now we're in the reactive state. We're at the if we break up, then we know what to do. If we break down to 52, then we know how we're going to react. Like I said, once we get the all-time high for BTC, that's when I see altcoin season coming in. One of the leaders of this cycle in altcoins has been Solana. I expect to see more of the same when it comes to that. Where are we at right now? Kind of the same thing. Where we made this low, we filled our DCA zone. When we were up here at 170s, 180s, we said, man, if we can get this 135 entry, that could be really good DCA area for the rest of this bull run. Now, we have had major zone right here. This zone has been very significant. We blew through it, we fell through it. Resistance, resistance. Blew through it, fell through it. Now the bottom has become resistance. I keep saying for me to be super bull on Solana, the bull is back, here we go. We need to break 160 and find a significant support upon it, right? That's actually what this THOR short is showing me. If we can break up to this zone, retest, and find supports here, that would actually make me pretty bullish in what I'm seeing. Now, again, we have this line here, 188. That last local high, just like we had it as that pink line, I believe it was on Bitcoin, right? The last local high. We break that, we invalidate these lower time frame shorts. We invalidate these shorts, they disappear. But right now, these are still in play. If we get the lower low, I think we can certainly come back and revisit these zones. And that'll put us right at our 60% retrace that we know is often significant when it comes to big retraces, or usually what we see in lower market cap coins. Not necessarily the big boys, but we see that 60% happen a lot. But look at where Thor is calling these longs, right on point for them. So, again, we have the BTC short. We've got 3 longs, but look, 72, 72, 72 is the invalidation. If we break that line at 72, this pink line, that last local high, these calls are invalidated, and I think we're going to see bullish calls from Thor and bullish momentum in the market. Same with Solana. We look at Solana. We've got the same calls that we had before, the 3 longs, invalidated 155, 155, and then that last local high at 188, like we talked about. We do have a new short printed from our last time in Marketflow. That's this short here. That's the one we were talking about that I actually think could show some bullish momentum, because if we hit this short and we fill, that is a perfect break and retest of the EMAs and basically of our zones. That looks really bullish to me. Even though it's a short, that is bullish. If you don't understand how shorts can be bullish, please jump in further with Cyber Frogs and in these market flows so we can go over these things with you, for you, really dive in and explain how you can fill a short in a bullish market. The short isn't calling the top. Okay, moving on. Jupiter, man, we've talked about Jupiter so much. We got Jupiter in frogs here. Yep, there's Jupiter right there. We have Jupiter calls with Thor as well. Jupiter is one I'm bullish on. We got airdrops, big on Jupe. And what is really shown itself is, we talked about these zones. And we said, hey, even up here, if we get down to $1.01, we're going to buy because we have a significant gap we left. And we did. We bought with our wallet here at $1.01. Then we established another zone and said, hey, if we get down here, we're going to buy at 81. And ultimately, the bottom zone, I knew we would test the top of here at 71. We got our wallet buy, our DCA here at 71, just like we hoped for. And we actually hit our ultimate buy at 64. All this is I mean, it hit our zones perfect, and we're just pinballing between them. What we need to see, same thing. We just need to get that break and that retest. We've been waiting on that break and retest for a while. That's ultimately what we want to see from Bitcoin, what we want to see from Solana, what we want to see from Juke. We want to get the break, retest these zones, hold the higher low, and start moving up to the next zones. Breaking and retesting these zones is bullish, right? That's what we want to see. Now we're getting a little crazy with it. Get off there. We want to see the break and retest of the zones. Looking at this shitcoin, I'm pretty sure, I have not confirmed yet, but I'm sure Kira is Japanese for shitcoin. Not financial advice. Do your own research. If you have some interest in cyberfrogs, not only the NFT, but you have interest in TAP, you have interest in THOR protocol. TAP is going to open up what frogs have to people way outside of NFTs, way outside of crypto and Web3. Kira is going to end up being the lifeblood for the first AI hedge fund on blockchain, as well as the TAP ecosystem, as well as the CyberFrog ecosystem. If you simply do the math between the fully diluted market cap and the max token supply, the math adds up. If you look at the chart adds up. Let's ask our shitcoin questionnaire. Don't take offense if I call your coin a shitcoin, right? I just called one of my absolute biggest investments a shitcoin. Does it have a strong narrative? Well, we've got the first AI hedge fund on blockchain. We've got TAP automated protocol. We've got cyberfraud. Yeah, we've got a narrative. Okay. Have we taken the 60 to 80% retrace to where we know we are getting some ultimate deals and entries? Yes, we have. We're sitting right at 80%. Next question. Do we have a team that is still working on this, that still cares about Kira, that is still making something of it? Yes, we do. If you're involved with cyberfrogs, I don't think you will find a more dedicated, active, and above all, accomplished team in this space. Next question. That's all great, but does anyone give a fuck? Is there a still community that supports this token? Are there people that are still bullish, even though we've taken an 80% retrace at this point? You fucking right. Frogs fuck, Thor Prince. We are bullish. We are making plays. We are making money. And if you're having trouble using all of these calls, I didn't even show all of them. Here we go. If you're having trouble and you can't make productive, profitable entries and exits with all of these calls available at your fingertips, being updated all the time, and even alerting you on fucking Telegram when they are about to trigger, that is on you. That is not on the tool. That being said, trading's not for everyone, but everyone can make money in crypto. Everyone can make money in trading. Maybe you want to consider using Thor, our automated protocol that currently has over 1 million TVL locked, even in these market lows, that our users still are experiencing average payouts of near 40% for the longevity of this protocol. Right now, a lot of people, including my own personal contract, is damn near about break even though I have a much bigger bag of Solana. The USD value of my contract is about break even, and I'm going to pay near nothing in my taxes. I'm going to pay near nothing on taxes on my automated protocol, and my automated protocol has banked Solana for me. That is a win-win-win. If you are not into trading, if you do not understand these charts and these zones and these indicators we talked about, If you don't understand yet how to use the manual calls, how to properly manage your risk, I will repeat that again. If you do not know how to properly manage your risk in this space, jump into CyberFrog's Discord, jump into Twitter on Fridays, talk to us about this. Let us help you. If you're a project that has a big Solana bag that you need to manage, we can help you there too, and then maybe even offer some discounts to your community. Long and short of it all, frogs fuck, Thor Prince. We'll see you next week.